Next to enter the venue are the faculty representing the School of Social Sciences, Humanities, and Arts. To enter the venue is the official party, led by Chancellor Juan Sanchez Munoz.
Good afternoon and welcome. My name is Marjorie Zatz, and I'm the Interim Executive Vice Chancellor and Provost. I'm glad to welcome all of you to the University of California, Merced's Fall Commencement for the School of Social Sciences, Humanities, and the Arts. Woo. It is my pleasure to introduce Nazareth Rebollo to perform the national anthem. Nazareth is graduating today and will earn her bachelor's degree in psychology. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your caps if you're able.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red
Nazareth. At this time, we invite you to please take your seats. And it is now my great pleasure to welcome to the podium the Chancellor of the University of California, Merced, Dr. Juan Sanchez Munoz.
Thank you, Provost Zat. Thank you all. How about another round of applause for Nazareth. Magnificent. Good afternoon and welcome graduating students, family and friends, faculty and staff, and university well-wishers to your fall 2023 commencement. Les doy la bienvenida a todos a esta celebración. Bien? En inglés y en español. Sale. Okay. The assembled leadership of UC Merced is with us today. Leaders, please stand and remain standing as I call your names, and may I ask you to withhold your applause until the end when they are all standing. Let me begin again with our Provost, Dr. Marjorie Zett, Interim Executive Vice Chancellor and Provost. Nick Dugan, Vice Chancellor and Chief Information Officer. Dr. Charles Neese, Vice Chancellor of Student Affairs. Dr. Dan Okoli, Vice Chancellor and Chief Operating Officer. Dr. Luana Putney, Associate Chancellor and Chief of Staff to the Chancellor. Dr. Delia Sainz, Vice Chancellor and Chief Diversity Officer. Dr. Kurt Schneer, Vice Chancellor and Chief Financial Officer. Dr. Jillian Wilson, Vice Chancellor for Research, Innovation, and Economic Development. Stella Nye, Chief Campus Counsel. Dr. Betsy Dumont, Dean of the School of Natural Sciences. Dr. Rakesh Goel, Dean of the School of Engineering. Dr. Brian Utter, Interim Vice Provost and Dean of Undergraduate Education. Dr. Harant Harashian, Vice Provost and Dean of the Graduate School. Annette Robert Webb, Dean of University Extension. Dr. Thomas Hansford, Vice Provost for Academic Personnel. Dr. Christina Spitzmuller, Vice Provost for Academic Affairs and Strategy. And finally, Dr. Patty Lee Wang, Chair of the Academic Senate. Thank you all for standing witness to this historic moment, UC Merced Fall 2023 Commencement. Thank you. Indeed, the greatest satisfaction we have in the academic profession is to guide our students as they learn, as they grow, as they graduate, and move through their lives beyond the university, many cases well beyond the university. There are so many outstanding faculty members that have taught and mentored our students, all of you, and I would like to recognize these brilliant educators and researchers for their commitment to excellence, your excellence, and for imparting their knowledge and love of learning to those that are graduating with us this morning. And so, let me ask if you're a member of the University of California faculty to please stand. And let's thank them. Thank you all. Great universities are so because of great faculty, but also we should acknowledge the hardworking staff, the wonderful, the great staff that we have, without whom no university could support your success and completion recognized this morning. So join me in a round of applause for the staff at the University of California, Merced. Family and friends of these graduating students, I'd like us to take a moment to recognize all of you here in this theater and for the role that you've played in making their achievements possible. Your support has been essential, and I encourage our graduates today and tomorrow and always in their lives and personal careers to give thanks to all of those who have helped them along their journey. So graduates, let me ask you to please stand and turn around and join me in a round of applause for the family and friends and well-wishers out here supporting you. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. Graduating students, again, congratulations and welcome to your commencement ceremony. Today is a day to focus on your success. Today we celebrate you and look ahead to your bright futures, your bright, magnificent futures. Today you graduate from one of the great universities in the greatest university system in the world. You've persevered through challenges and overcome obstacles, never more so than during the pandemic. And you leave UC Merced more prepared than ever to succeed in your lives and in your careers, and in doing so, enabling others to succeed in their lives and their careers. You're boldly setting out to contribute to a world that needs your ideas. It needs your problem-solving skills, your passion, your willingness to explore. It needs your humanity, your grace. It needs your faith. It needs your youth. It needs you to explore and create and innovate solutions to very serious problems, and you are more than up to it. Some of you came to UC Merced with doubts to overcome and with many competing priorities and challenges in your lives. And let me just enumerate a few. If you had to work to earn money to pay for your degree, let me just ask you to quickly stand and remain standing. There you go. Mira nomás. If you help support your family in some way while you were also completing your education at UC Merced, let me ask you to please stand up. If you're the first in your family to go to college, let me ask you to please stand up. If you transferred from a community college, let me ask you to please stand up. There you go. If you're a veteran or have someone that serves in your family, let me ask you to please stand up. Now, if you had to persevere through some hardship or difficulty in the time it took you to complete your degree, let me ask you to stand up. That should be everyone. So faculty, friends, and family, join me in celebrating this incredible class of graduates one more time. Thank you. Please be seated. Whatever your background, whatever your challenge, whatever your initial doubts, every one of you nurtured a faith in your abilities. You did not lose the belief that you had something important to accomplish at UC Merced, but also something important to contribute. You've now seen your lives transformed and your futures opened wide by the attainment of a University of California degree. And let me assure you, it is most certainly a rare and celebrated achievement. Not everyone graduates from the University of California. And just look at what you've accomplished. You became leaders on and off campus, determining and shaping your own educational experience, and most of you for the very first time. The intelligence and determination you brought on and amplified on our campus, and again in the community, will continue to serve you throughout your lives and continue to burnish the reputation of this magnificent university. You'll be among our greatest ambassadors of the excellence of UC Merced once you leave this institution. Whatever your next step, embrace that intrepid spirit that is emblematic of UC Merced. A UC Merced not rich in years, but rich in tradition, and you exemplify everything that was hoped for when the first people came out to look at where this campus would be, in the heart of California, to serve a very, very gifted and special population, and you're precisely what they dreamed of and more. So, my role today as Chancellor of UC Merced, and indeed my great honor, and I mean that most sincerely, my great honor, is to congratulate each and every one of you on behalf of this magnificent faculty, staff, and alumni. And so it is with heartfelt joy for you and for your loved ones here with us, and great hope and optimism for your magnificent future that I say again, congratulations and go Cats. Now it is my pleasure, my distinct pleasure, to introduce our distinguished keynote speaker. I'll say a few things about him technically and then something a little bit more personal at the end. Dr. Ted Mitchell is the president of the American Council on Education, and this is the perennial coordinating body for the nation's colleges and universities, creating policies and sharing the best practices across higher education. It is arguably the most influential body for higher ed, public and private, across the country policy. From 2014 to 2017, Dr. Mitchell served under President Obama as Undersecretary of Education, responsible for initiatives that focused on historically black colleges and universities, minority-serving institutions, and federal financial aid. I think everybody can appreciate the importance of federal financial aid. Whew. Okay. And during his time with the Department of Education, he and his team reinstated Pell Grants for incarcerated adults so that they could continue their education. They created, with his team, the college scorecard and restored millions of dollars to students that had been defrauded by certain institutions, restoring those dollars so that they could continue their education. Dr. Mitchell has served as the president of Occidental College, vice chancellor and dean at UCLA Graduate School of Education and Information Studies, professor and department chair at Dartmouth College, and member of the Stanford University Board of Trustees. And he also has been the chief executive officer for New School Venture Fund, a venture philanthropy that invests in K-12 innovations to support low-income students, communities, and schools, and president of the California State Board of Education. Dr. Mitchell earned his PhD from Stanford, we've heard of that school, where he was a member of Phi Beta Kappa. But when I met him, he was the dean of the School of Education at UCLA when I was pursuing my doctorate. And my friends and I often felt out of place in that building called Moore Hall. We weren't sure. We had doubts. And he would ask us, where are you from? What do you study? How are you doing? And to see someone of that stature at that time asking us that we belonged, questions that made us feel that we belonged in the building, it helped us imagine what we might one day become. And so I'm so honored to introduce our keynote speaker. Please join me in welcoming ACE President and friend, Dr. Ted Mitchell.
Chancellor Munoz. Gives me such a thrill to say that and to have at least 3 people up here who were students at UCLA when I was there, which I will whisper quietly was the best job they ever had. But faculty, staff, friends, and most of all students, thank you for having me here. I'm truly honored. I want to start by quoting Chancellor Munoz in a speech that he made to a community organization a couple of months ago, because, like in all things, Juan was right. So the quote goes like this, if I can find my glasses. Otherwise, I can make it up. UC Merced has created a record and a reputation unparalleled in American higher education, in research, in teaching, in public service, in social mobility, and in economic uplift. No other university has risen so far so fast and with such impact far beyond its years. At ACE, we represent every 2-year, every 4-year, every public, every private institution in America. Your Chancellor is right. This is one remarkable institution. You're a part of that strength, and you reflect the same things that has moved UC Merced into the front ranks of American colleges and universities in less than a decade. You, like the institution, are scrappy. You're hungry. You grab a hold of the future with joy, with passion, and with determination. But like this campus, as the Chancellor mentioned, this path has not been an easy one for any of you or for the institution. Losses to our families, to our communities during the pandemic. Increasing political efforts to cripple our commitment to the very things that make UC Merced so important and so different, to diversity, to equity, to inclusion. And recently an activist Supreme Court that seems determined to remove rights that have been hard-earned over centuries. But, as the Chancellor said, you have not just persevered, you have prevailed. And now you begin the next phase of your incredible journey. Commencement speakers are supposed to give advice, and I've amassed over the years and failed jobs that Juan mentioned to gather a number of bits of advice. There are 75 of them. It's okay, it's really okay. But this is UC Merced, right? And so I know who you are, and I know how good you are, and so I only need to do 5. So let me start. The first one, and the Chancellor alluded to it, and it certainly has been one of the hallmarks of what I've tried to do in education, is I want to remind you here as you end this phase and start a new one to continue to believe in yourselves. I think we can all remember a moment when we first started college or first came to a new community where we felt out of place in a lot of ways, where the questions were, do I belong? Can I actually do this? And I hope that today, as you look back on the last few years, you can say yes and yes. Remind yourself that there is no room in which you do not belong, and there is no road you cannot travel. That's one. 2, one of the things that we have learned in high relief during the last 4 to 5 years is the importance of well-being. You know, when you're on an airplane and the flight attendant says that in case of an emergency, the mask will drop, and be sure to put yours on before helping your neighbor. It's actually not bad advice for life. Put your own mask on first. Take care of yourself. Make sure that you are putting yourself in the right spot to be the best person that you can be. We've all struggled over the last few years, and we've watched as our neighbors and friends have struggled. Reach out, find help, find support, find that inner spot where you can remember who you are and why you're here. Connected to that, where do you look? Well, 3rd bit of advice. Remember your roots. They're deep and they're strong. Your families, your communities, your friends. These will sustain you, they'll inspire you, they'll comfort you, and they'll remind you of the why of who you are. Number 4, as you've done here, continue to build strong networks. There's this robust myth in American culture that we are a nation of rugged individualists who just find a challenge and do it on our own. Well, that has never been true in our history, and it certainly is not true today and won't be true tomorrow. Your progress as individuals, our progress as a society depend on each of us reaching out and building networks of talent, diverse networks of strong ideas and opinions, and bringing those together to solve the kinds of problems the Chancellor mentioned. So build those networks, nurture those networks, use those networks, because they're not just about networking, they are about creating the strength of your own being. And then finally, number 5, be curious and kind. Listen before you judge, ask before you answer, and keep your mind and hearts open to new ideas, new ways of thinking, new people. For that's how we learn and grow, not just during our time in school, but throughout our lifetimes. So those are the top 5. The others are a little bit more basic, eat your vegetables, call your mom, pay your rent. And so I'm just assuming that all of those, especially the call your mom one, I'm assuming that that's deeply ingrained, and so I won't go there. And I'll stop with Ted's top 5. But I want to end by reminding us that today, outside of this theater, there are those who question the value of higher education, who question the value of higher education for the folks in this room. I really wish that they were here today with you and with me and with us. I wish they could see what I see, because I see our future as a nation in front of me. I see a great university in front of me. Both the nation and the university propelled by commitments to opportunity and to excellence. The future of this university, the future of our nation, the future of our communities are quite bright. And they're not bright futures just for you. Remember, they're bright futures because of you, because of who you are and what you will do. So I thank you for having me today. I congratulate you on your incredible achievements. Godspeed, and be well.
Thank you again, Dr. Mitchell. I would now like to introduce our student speaker, Angel Nishikat. Ms. Nishikat, who is from Sunnyvale, majoring in management and business economics while at UC Merced. She was part of the Business Society and on the executive board of Kappa Kappa Gamma Sorority. Okay. She also worked at the School of Social Sciences, Humanities, and Arts as a senator for the Associated Students at UC Merced. Please join me in welcoming Angel Nishikat.
Hello, fellow graduates of the fall class of 2023. I want to take this time to congratulate each one of you for achieving this major milestone in our lives. UC Merced represents a new beginning. I know for each of us, this means something different. For some of us, this means being the first one in our family to go to college. For others, it's a chance to find our passions and interests. And for some, it's a fresh start. For me, choosing UC Merced gave me the new beginning of stepping outside of my comfort zone and saying yes by seizing every opportunity that came my way. UC Merced has built an impeccable community here that made it so that every turn I took was filled with a new beginning, with vibrant individuals who were so passionate about the clubs and organizations they were representing that it sparked an interest in me. This instilled a passion in me to be a part of something bigger and find a home. This gave me the drive to join leadership roles, and while it might have been nerve-wracking in the moment, I learned over the years to never be the one to block your own blessings. That is a valuable lesson that UC Merced has given me, which I will continue to move forward with. Bobcats, say yes to every opportunity that comes your way as you walk out these doors. Saying yes is half the battle, and you'll figure out the rest with time. From here, all our lives are going to be changing. Some of us will go straight into the workforce. Others will further their academic journey by joining a postgraduate program. Whichever way we go, keep dreaming big till it becomes your reality. Now, I want to take this time to thank our wonderful faculty on behalf of my class. The professors who are always willing to share new opportunities, host extra office hours, and see us thrive. The faculty here is filled with individuals who want to see students succeed in every aspect, who are always available through appointments, and to steer us when we are confused or have questions about post-grad life. You have been our main supporters, so thank you. Lastly, I would like to thank our families, siblings, and loved ones, without whom this would not have been possible. They are our biggest cheerleaders who have unwavering faith in our abilities, which motivates us to keep going till we reach the finish line. It's been a pleasure to graduate with all of you and make some everlasting friendships alongside the past 4 years. Once again, congratulations, Bobcats. Keep thriving and keep growing. We made it.
Thank you, Angel. Graduates, we are now at the moment you've been waiting for, the conferral of your degrees. The degrees conferred by the University of California attest to scholastic achievement and thus represent the fulfillment of the university's primary teaching responsibility. As a reminder, degrees will be officially awarded following certification by the Office of the Registrar that all requirements have been satisfied. Assuming no problems, it is now time for the conferral of the baccalaureate degrees. Together, today we will confer nearly 200 degrees, and the candidates will be recognized as they cross the stage. At this time, I'd like to invite Chancellor Munoz to the podium for the conferral of baccalaureate degrees. And thank you all for your patience as we recognize each of our graduates. For the baccalaureate degree candidates from the School of Social Sciences, Humanities, and Arts, please rise if you're able. Chancellor Munoz, I am honored to present the baccalaureate degree candidates from the School of Social Sciences, Humanities, and Arts.
Thank you, Dean Provost Zatz. Students, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Regents of the University of California, I confer upon you your baccalaureate degree with all the insignia, all of the rights, all of the honors, privileges, and all of the responsibilities pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Bachelor's degree recipients, please take your seats and then proceed to the stage as your row is invited to the platform.
Now presenting the baccalaureate degree recipients for the School of Social Sciences, Humanities, and Arts. Angel Prince Nechikat. Nezareth Rabolo. Crystal Neha Raj. Oswaldo de Jesus Hernandez. Vanessa A. Marin. Alina Emily Aquino. Paul Frankie Espinosa. Deja Lauren Moore. Eliana Tovar. Leslie Ann Diaz Perez. Itzel Munoz Aguilar. Kepra Aquila Shaw Meredith. Samantha Alexis Velasquez.
Mariana
Natalie
Nicole.
Yang.
Mariana Nicole Arola.
Angela Michelle Rodas Martinez. Isabel Ray. Ashley Marie Martinez. Georgina Laura Ceja. Jessica Mojica.
Danielle Ortiz.
Paula Stephanie Rolda. Aria Mua. Calvin Tan Hong. Derek Ronaldo Rodriguez. Prabnor Singh Sidhu. Angel de la Luz. Sophia Meredith Davis. Nicole Trevino. Christopher Daniel Banda Farrar. Vanessa Destiny Regoza. Agustin Gonzalez Galvez. Kevin Mendoza Ramirez. Jose A. Juarez Sanchez. Samantha Eileen Velasquez. Melissa Fajardo. Rebecca Abigail Guano. Gabriela Gomez Arias. Ravdeep Kaur. Lainey Adrian Arroyo. Jeff Mai. Adrian Martinez Castaneda. Hannah Michelle Ruiz Perez. Morgan Faith Malone. Levi Arthur Johansson. Flavio Castro. Juan Pablo Yalibat. Roberto Mendoza Jr. Megan Elaine Calder. Jesse Aaron De La Mora. Ajaypal Singh Puriwal. Jessica Alejandria Munoz Cardenas. Emmanuel Hernandez. Joshua Ye-Chan Son. Guadalupe Nisban Perez Luna. Yamilet Novoa. Ariel Nadav Schwartz. Angel Alexander Ochoa. Juan P. Luceriaga. Evelyn Araceli Buenabad. Edith Yvette Becerra. Brianna Chavez. Meghana Ranjana Murthy. Nina Raj Raman. Ariadna Ramirez Amaro. Richard Flores.
Ulysses Aguilar.
Drake Andrew Boots. Nicholas Pinedo. Hugo Ricardo Gutierrez. Hazel Halverson. Joanna Teresa Hernandez Mateo. Brooke Marie Wareham. Briani Anaí Beltran Cortes. Irie Camela Pipersberg. Amber Elizabeth Cash. Sal L. Lopez Franco. Orlando Lopez Perez. Alex Fernando Garcia Mejia. Alex Jose Tupol Solanik. Oscar Vera Solano. Yairi Esther Lopez. Montserrat Hidalgo. Jacqueline Barragan. Larissa Kristen Solis. Alex Misael Prado. Itzel Benitez Benitez. Vanessa Gutierrez Hernandez.
Oralia Consuelo Morales.
Gaurav Rajan. John Carlo Rubio. Daisy Rodriguez Hernandez. Jenny Tuan Nguyen. Roberto Ochoa Ayala. Michael de la Cruz. Stephanie Chavez. Giselle Ornelas Covarrubias. Heidi Dib Tao. Kushi Vidhi Shah. Alondra Michelle Barajas Andrade. Aaron Sosa Sanchez. Georgie C. Nze. Claire Elise Heidelberg. Fatima Fonseca Reyes. Taiti Daphne Melara Garcia. Arlene Lopez de Leon. Japjit Singh Upal. Miriam Khan. Erika Yesenia Sanchez Moreno. Fernando Suarez. Arcane Rihahi. Daniel Victor Dakayanan Siapno. Gabriel R. Dickerson. Dylan Ivan Godoy. Samantha Lizette Hernandez Munoz. Claudia Valencia. Jesus Elias Salas, Kate Larios, Elizabeth Angelica Casillas, Maria Veneca Rhea Garcia Obico, Irene Rocio Miranda, Anthony D. Aguilar, Adrian Zamora Gonzalez, Jessica Marlene Menjivar, Stephen Michael May, Nija Nicole Robertson, Joshanae Aaliyah E.B. Jones, Samaje Germaine Cleaver, Lisbeth Bautista Castañeda, Jennifer Ariza, Yadira Yanet Ortiz Camacho, Areli Sarai Baez Rivera, Jason Jared Nadal, Eric Fritzerand Britton Jr., Jenny Valeria Moreno Lopez, Brianna Mireya Vidrio Chavez, Stephanie Corral, Isabel Ascension Moreno, Alina Bergara, Elizabeth Marie Lloyd, Mar de Alba, Jonathan Oseguera Barragan, Gurmohit Singh, Nia Shirley Smiley, Kiana Ira V. Santos,
Mitchell Acosta Templos,
Brianna Michelle Garcia, Daniel Holanda Diana, Eric Dravin Sekuman, Brianna Lucille Hinojosa, Nayeli Guadalupe Ramirez Santos, Lisbeth Rodriguez Cardenas, Abraham Gonzalez, Idris Ramonzai, Julia Concepcion Tena, Ashley Arlene Guerrero Fragoso, Hiral Bharatbhai Patel, Laura Newman, Azaria Pearl Patrick, Kylie J. Lau, Elizabeth Ramirez Soho, Juliana Martha Gutierrez, Montserrat Bautista, Jocelyn Vasquez, Nicholas Gonzalez, Blanca Magali Galan Lopez, Christopher David Graciano,
Angélica Cárdenas,
Winnie Lin, Iris Lizette Gallardo Gonzalez, Alejandra Abigail Marroquin, Caitlin Kiana Bannister Yauro, Antonia Barona Saavedra, Noelia Lopez Pascual, Kajal Sodi, Billy Tom Mejia, Luke Xavier Williams, Eleazar Valencia, Sofia Aguilar, Natalia Negrete, Marissa Martinez Tamayo, Leslie Ruiz, Lisbeth Milraurio Carrillo, Yesenia Guadalupe Cervantes, Megan Marie Bedoy. This concludes the presentation of baccalaureate degree recipients for the School of Social Sciences, Humanities, and Arts.
Again, congratulations, graduates. Now, the tassel on your mortarboard sits on the right, symbolizing your candidacy for the bachelor's degree. So I'd like to ask you to stand and then transfer it from the right to the left to signify your transition from candidate to graduate. Thank you. Thank you. Please, let me ask you to have your seats once more. Thank you very much. Así es. Randall Reda is a member of the class of 2011 at UC Merced, and now he serves as UC Merced's Alumni Association President. Please welcome to the podium Dr. Reda. He welcomes you to UC Merced Alumni Association.
Good afternoon, Bobcats. I am honored to be here today as we celebrate your journey from students to alumni. You are joining a Bobcat alumni network that is now over 18,000 strong. And a University of California community of more than 2 million graduates living and working all around the world. With pride, I now present our alma mater. Welcome to the UC Merced Alumni Association.
In the soil a dream was planted, in the rich earth just a seed. The ground was toiled so tenderly to cultivate the best in me, and the seed grew to a garden as far
Thank you again for joining us as we mark this momentous occasion in the lives of these rising leaders and scholars, but also what it marks in the lives of their families. I just want to take a moment of privilege. Many of you have seen the different stoles that the students wear, things that they're particularly proud of, things that they've accomplished. They say First Jan, their fraternity, sorority, different areas of disciplinary excellence. And some of you are wearing for the very first time the buttons that have been now provided by the university that you've distinguished yourselves with and in those areas of excellence, leadership, service, etc. All these important things you will now take beyond UC Merced, and we want to take a moment just to recognize those, including some of you, the student athletes, as well as veterans. So we're just so delighted to be part of this ceremony, part of this celebration with you and your families. We ask that you please remain at your seats until the Grand Marshal, the official party, faculty, and graduates have left the venue. Proud graduates, as you make your way from this ceremony and from this theater, this venue, let your hard-earned knowledge and your fond memories of UC Merced, including the alumni song you just saw, guide you as you embark on whatever is your next journey and wherever it leads you. While you may be graduating today, remember that you always will have a home at UC Merced. Remember that you are forever part now of UC Merced, and that UC Merced is forever now a part of you. Una vez más, felicidades a todos ustedes, a sus familias. Once again, congratulations. Remember, we say, go big, go Cats.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for attending today's commencement ceremony. Please remain seated until all graduates, faculty, and official party have exited the venue.